Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on a modern mystery. Why on earth is it so incredibly hard to put our phones down? I mean, if you've ever felt like your phone is literally glued to your hand, or let's be honest, that it's needier than a newborn puppy, you are absolutely not alone. We're going to explore the hidden architecture behind the apps we use every single day. We'll look at the exact mechanisms keeping us scrolling, tapping, and swiping way past the point we plan to stop. It's a seriously fascinating look into where technology meets human psychology.
So let's dive right in with a question that really exposes how universal the screen time struggle actually is. Seriously, ask yourself, have you ever lost sleep because you were on your phone? Or maybe you sat down to check just one quick message and boom, suddenly an entire hour just vanished. Look, this isn't just a lack of personal willpower. It's a completely universal experience in the modern age, and recognizing that we're all in the same boat is the very first step in understanding the invisible forces at play here. Now check out this massive number, 78%. A fascinating Stanford study revealed that a whopping 78% of participants actually set binding limits on their own phone usage. Just think about what that means. It proves we desperately want self-control. We're out here actively trying to build boundaries for ourselves because we know there's a problem. But despite setting these limits, so many of us still fail to stick to them. Why is that? Why do our own rules just completely fall apart the second that screen lights up?
All right, Section 1, the digital magnet. To figure out why those limits fail, we need to name the antagonist of our attention, and it's called persuasive design. Now, this isn't just about making an app look pretty or run super smoothly. Persuasive design is the intentional use of psychological principles and very specific features to make digital platforms highly addictive. Every single color, every little notification ding, and every swipe gesture you make is carefully engineered by these architects of attention. Their one primary goal? To keep your eyes locked on that screen for as long as humanly possible.
Moving on to Section 2, pocket-size gambling. Let's take a look under the hood. It is absolutely no accident that your phone feels so irresistible. Developers are actually using what's called the dopamine blueprint, and it's directly inspired by the gambling industry's most addictive machines. It's like a slot machine in your pocket. They use variable rewards, meaning you never quite know what you're going to get when you pull the lever, or in this case, refresh your feed. A quick refresh might bring a totally boring update, or it might bring an exciting piece of news or a message from your best friend. That unpredictability, that spikes your dopamine, creating a craving that keeps you coming right back.
And that brings us to this really brilliant quote about habit formation. Today's consumption increases tomorrow's demand. This perfectly hits the nail on the head regarding how habits are forged in the brain. The whole system is designed to keep you hooked, not just for today, but tomorrow and the next day and the next. You see, the more you engage with these apps right now, the deeper those neural pathways are carved, which makes your future cravings for that exact same digital stimulation even stronger. It's basically the compounding interest of attention, and it is entirely in the platform's favor.
Because of this relentless design, we run headfirst into profound self-control problems. This is a behavioral phenomenon where people consume way more today than they would have originally chosen for themselves in advance. Remember that 78% of people we talked about trying to set limits? Well, this is exactly why they struggle. The immediate, instant reward presented by the app completely overrides our best long-term intentions. Logically, you know you want to go to sleep, but the design of the platform totally bypasses that logic, trapping you in this cycle of immediate, unintended consumption.
Next up, Section 3, anatomy of a trap.
Okay, let's break down the specific features that bypass our natural defenses. Think about how we naturally consume information, right? Like reading a book or a newspaper. There are natural stopping points. You reach the end of a chapter or the bottom of a page, and you have to make a conscious, active choice to turn the page and keep going. That little pause gives your brain a moment to say, okay, I think I'm done for now. But algorithmic traps, like the infinite scroll, they completely remove that pause. By continuously loading content without any end in sight, they actively strip away your natural ability to stop. There's literally no bottom to the feed, so there's absolutely no natural prompt to put the phone down.
And this builds into something even more frictionless, the autoplay loop. Here's how it works. Step 1, content continuously loads. Step 2, the next video transitions automatically. And then the absolute kicker, Step 3, your conscious decision-making is entirely bypassed. Through features like autoplay, platforms trap you in this continuous loop. You don't have to click next. You don't have to choose to keep watching at all. The default state is just to keep consuming. You actually have to exert energy and make an active decision to stop. By reversing that default, the app easily wins the battle for your time.
So the really crucial point here is understanding the biological cost of all this. Constant digital stimulation can literally roast your dopamine reward system. When your brain is just constantly flooded with high levels of easy dopamine from scrolling and autoplaying videos, it recalibrates, it builds up a tolerance, and as a result, making normal focus and everyday enjoyment much, much more difficult. Suddenly, reading a book, going for a nice walk, or having a deep conversation feels understimulating and, well, boring in comparison to the brightly colored, fast-paced world inside your screen.
And listen, this isn't just about feeling a little distracted on a Tuesday afternoon. These digital traps are linked to severe, real-world health impacts. We're talking about measurably poor sleep quality and significantly increased anxiety. In fact, this phenomenon is so globally recognized that digital gaming disorder has been officially listed as a medical condition by the World Health Organization. I mean, wow, that clearly illustrates that the persuasive design of these platforms isn't just some quirky byproduct of modern life, it is a serious global health consideration that requires our attention.
Which brings us to Section 4, Reclaiming Your Attention.
But hey, the good news here is that we don't have to remain passive victims to the algorithm. It all starts with recognizing the intentional trap. Once you fully understand that these features, the infinite scroll, the autoplay, the variable rewards, are deeply intentional, everything changes. They aren't accidents of bad app design. They are precisely designed to maximize your screen time. By seeing the strings, you can stop being the puppet. You can shift your mindset from a place of guilt, wondering why you have zero willpower, to a place of total empowerment. You realize the game is rigged, which means you can actively choose to change the rules. You are in charge, and you get to decide how you're going to use these tools, rather than letting the tools use you.
So I want to leave you with this final, really powerful challenge to test your own awareness over the next 24 hours. Identify just one app you use that features infinite scroll or autoplay. Just one. When you open it and encounter those features, take a breath, notice how it physically and mentally feels when the next video queues up or the page auto-loads. What is your immediate internal reaction? Are you leaning in, or can you feel that magnetic pull trying to bypass your logic? Sparking this deeper understanding of your own digital habits is the ultimate key to taking your attention back. Try it out, observe your own mind in action, and see exactly what you discover.